I want all your paper. Actually, I just want the room to store all that paper. My sister says I can have one of the rooms in the basement when my son moves out. I don't think it's ever going to happen.
You are watching Melody Lane. With me, you're gonna have a great crafting time.
Hi guys, it's Melody Lane, and this is a Zoom hangout with the people who support me on Patreon. Well, with a few of the people. they're not all in here.
The ones that are important are.
We have Kristen and Jerry. So Kristen, tell me where you're from.
I am from just outside of King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, and that is probably about a half hour or so from like Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which I guess where most people know.
And Jerry, where are you from?
Ypsilanti, Michigan. It's about right there.
Okay.
We carry our maps with us, see?
Yeah. I just saw that a few years ago that Michigan is the shape of your hand. I never realized that.
Yep. Yeah, I'm about right there. My grandparents used to live up here in the thumb. Yep. Ypsi's just outside of just right next door to Ann Arbor, where University of Michigan is.
Yeah.
And Eastern Michigan is in Ypsi. So we're right by a couple of major universities.
Cool.
I work for University of Michigan.
Nice.
Yeah, I work for the hospital.
Very nice.
You were going to do your drawing.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tell them you have to be present to win.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Well, actually, I was thinking of doing a drawing for a $25 Amazon gift card for the people in the Hangout. So only the people in the Hangout would be available to win.
Well,
So, we'll give that a little time, and I'll do that. So, but we'll give it a little time to see if anyone else shows up. And you guys are going to be like, okay, it's over. Can we win now?
yeah, really.
Right now, you got a 50-50 chance.
We should go by age. I win.
I'm going to do a random.org. I'm going to try to share my screen just to do the random.org part.
How do you get all the names in there? Is it like a file dump kind of thing or like Excel or something?
Well, I can download all the people who support me on an Excel document, and then it numbers them.
Oh.
And
So
then
that's
she can
how I
just pick a random number in that sequence, and then there's your winner.
Right. So I'm going to share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I have the numbers in here. The minimum is 161. That's where the $15 Patreons start, and then goes to 229. So I'm going to generate the winner. It's 211. Okay, now I'm going to stop sharing my screen because the list that I have with all my Patreons also has their email and addresses and things, and of course I don't want to share that.
Privacy.
Okay, Sue Ann Matthews is the winner. Yay, congrats, Sue Ann.
Congrats. I was just going to say, I don't know if you saw it yet or not, but I made a request on Facebook for your paper, for holiday paper.
I was just going to say, have you guys downloaded at least the free sample of paper?
I've downloaded all of your papers. I have every single one of them.
Not yet. I'm still nervous about using up that much ink when I print.
Yeah. But I have the free sample you can try. It's totally free. And then you can also use it like for your Facebook banner and backgrounds and things like that. You don't have to print it. And Ashish Arora, the CEO of Cricut, has said back in January, he said that there's going to be 4 major updates this year for Design Space, and one of them are going to be the pattern fill. So when that happens, you'll be able to upload these and put them into Cricut Design Space. And then you can, I think, you can just like print, like say you wanted a circle, I think you can just upload one of my patterns and put it in the circle, and it will just print in the circle so you don't use a whole page.
Yeah, I've been doing something similar a couple of times by creating the image or whatever in something like Publisher.
Yeah.
And then exporting it to a PDF and then pulling it in and stuff. I did a card like that so that I could, well, I did it with a gradient just in, that I created in Publisher just to do a pretty background for a poem I wanted to put on a card.
Oh, yeah. So you can do that with these too. It's not just for printing.
I know. But I also went out and bought the whole set of the Delusions paints too.
Yeah.
So I could play with them. I made a couple of background sheets I've been playing with. Of course, I had to add some Pearlex to it to make it shining and sparkling and shimmering because I love shimmer.
Me too. I think I have some of the pearl essence spray.
Well, you can use a pearlescent spray, or you can use either the Perfect Pearls powders.
Oh, can you use the powders?
You can mix the powders into it. You'd want to, if you wanted to keep the color true to the Delusions paint, you'd want to use the white or the whatever. Pearlex has a couple macro pearl and micro pearl that are kind of a white that basically just, they don't really change the color of the paper that much, of the paint that much, but they add a little bit of a shimmer to it.
Okay.
So you can, you can mix that, powder into it. That's what those one of the main things those mica powders are for, is to, add shimmer or whatever. You can buy them in colors, and then, and here's something for you, Melody, because I know you like to do that. You could mix them into your nail polishes.
Oh.
Shimmers, or make custom colored nail polishes with just by mixing the colored pearl powders into a clear nail polish. You could make your own custom nail polish colors.
Cool. Yeah, I have a bunch of perfect, and I say but it's our collection together. Like, this paper is not all mine. This is George Snyder's, also a paper hoarder, and the sales get us every time. Although this last sale, George is like, there's a paper sale at Michael's. And I'm like, we have a stack. This, you can't even see this. I mean, we still have a stack that goes up here.
My sister says if I bring anything else into my room, it's going to collapse into the basement.
Well, and when I went to Florida, I went this past spring without George and Ken. I went to visit my parents, and there was a paper sale. So I went on my own and bought a bunch of paper. They went on their own and also bought a bunch of paper.
You want to find some nice papers, especially if you're looking for some specialty papers or some that are hard to find color or just some really cool stuff. You should try Paper Temptress.
I've heard of that.
She's got some really cool stuff. She's got a cream color, like an ivory shimmer paper. It's to die for.
Cool.
Yeah, I buy from her a lot too when I want a special color. So.
And I like the glitter paper from Joann's.
Oh, I love glitter paper.
Yeah. And I brought all my glitter collection here, and we finally got it up on the wall.
Had you ever been to sparkleandsprinkle.com?
No.
She specializes in embossing powders and glitters.
We started putting our embossing powders together, and where we were gonna put it, it doesn't fit. We need to make another spot.
Yeah, but yes, one year, I think I've told this before. A few years back, my nephew and his girlfriend bought me a gift certificate for Christmas to Sparkle and Sprinkle. And I bought a jar of their glow-in-the-dark embossing powder. And I had them sitting out on my desk, all my that I bought. And I went to bed, turned the light off, and I'm looking over at my desk, and I'm seeing this glowing, and I don't know, why is there this light on my desk? And I realized it was that embossing powder. It really works.
That would be cool on a Halloween something.
Not only that, it'd be great, it'd also be great on a birthday card where you've got candles.
Oh.
Dark on the flames.
Now that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I'm an idea person. I get all these ideas. I don't execute them all very often, but
Well, it all starts with an idea. That would be good on a Halloween banner too, or something that says boo.
mm-hmm.
You could have it hung up, and then when you turn off the lights, it says boo.
Or
I want some glow-in-the-dark embossing powder.
or another thing that would be cool is if you were to take a piece of, your colored background paper, and then sponge your Versamark all over it so that it's kind of just in random spot, just in like a sponge thing, and then cover it with the glow-in-the-dark embossing powder and emboss it so you would have this glow-in-the-dark colored background paper.
Cool. Oh, and I just thought of this while you were saying that, because they have pens that are embossing pens.
Yeah.
You could have the Explorer. They fit in the Explorer, and you could have the Explorer write something on white paper and then emboss it and then make it so you can't read it. Hi, Leslie and Valerie.
Hello.
And then
so you can't read what's on the card unless you turn out the lights.
Yeah, that would work.
Oh.
Hi, Leslie.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Would you like to share where you're from?
I'm from Cedar Knolls, New Jersey.
Oh, that's right. I knew you were from New York area, New York City.
Yeah, I worked in Manhattan, so I consider myself a New Yorker.
Yeah. And Valerie, would you like to share where you're from? I don't know if we can hear her. Can we hear you?
I'm not hearing her. She needs to adjust her camera because all I can see are her glasses.
This is her first time, I think. We'll wait till she can hear, or we can hear her.
Yeah, it took me a few minutes to figure out how to turn the volume on.
Yeah, I think when you enter, it's muted automatically.
There was something that popped up and clicked that said use computer audio or something on mine. I just clicked it and it was good.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Leslie.
There I am. I just had to turn. Sorry, I look like crap. I didn't anticipate being on film today.
Well, I didn't do anything to my hair, and I'm wearing a baggy, sloppy t-shirt. I figure if it's good enough for George, it's good enough for me. But I did put my dentures in.
There you go.
Hi, Sharon.
I don't see Sharon.
Oh.
I can't hear anything.
You can click up at the top. It'll say speaker view
Oh,
or
there's Sharon, I see her. Hi.
gallery view. On gallery view, I see 3 on each side, 6 people going up and down.
Mine, I've got 4 people across the top, and then you're on the main screen. But every once in a while, somebody else will pop up in the main screen. Like there's one. There's Sharon.
Oh, wow. When I click on gallery view, it shows me whoever's talking. That's who pops up in a really big screen.
Yeah,
Okay, that's the speaker view, I thought.
Oh, then maybe that's it. So okay, now I'm in gallery view then, I guess.
Yeah, it's confusing because it'll say at the top, but I guess when you click on it, that's what it is.
This is a pretty cool app. The good news is that it's a really great resolution, and the bad news is that it's a really great resolution.
Seems to be a lot more stable than Google Hangout.
Yeah, definitely.
And I like it that everybody can be in the video at the same time. And we can have up to 25 people, and Google Hangout is only 10.
Well, that's a lot better.
Yeah. I can have up to 100 people in the video, but that will cost me $50 a month.
No.
So
Not worth it.
I've
Three
never
is my
had
favorite
25
price.
people in the video. So unless I start getting more and more people wanting it, then maybe I'll put it as a goal higher up in Patreon as I get more. Sharon, would you like to share where you're from?
I'm from Burlington, Vermont.
Oh, okay. I've never been up in the, well, I was in Connecticut once, up in that area. Valerie, can you hear us? I don't know. We did a drawing for the $15 Patreon winner, and it was nobody here. It was Sue Ann Matthews. But I did announce earlier that I'm going to do a $25 gift card to Amazon for somebody in the Hangout. So one of you will win.
Yay.
Maybe that way more people will come into the Hangout.
Your paper behind you looks great.
Thank you. Look, there's more.
Wow.
And then we have another rack that is empty.
Oh, that's so
Oh
sad.
my gosh.
You need to put something in it.
Oh, we have more paper to put in it.
But it also looks like a great place to put your Cricut mats too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I got mine hanging on the wall.
We still have piles and piles of paper and the paper pads. And yesterday or one day, George says they got their hot buys on sale for $5 for the paper pads. I'm like, we don't need any. We don't have room.
You
He
want
has
to hear
nothing to do
something
with it.
shocking? I went into Joann's the other day and didn't buy anything.
I've done that a few times.
Well, I had the 20% off your total purchase coupon, and I had gone to Lowe's to get a new light fixture for the bathroom. And I just went across the street to Joann's because I wanted to get one of those pedal point color box things of pigment inks.
Yeah.
I didn't have any. And I was good and didn't go into the fabric section.
I have tons of fabric that is in storage. I used to be a fabric hoarder. I've gone into Joann's, especially with a 20% off coupon. It's not, unless you want a lot of one thing that's not on sale, because it usually doesn't include on sale.
Right.
It's not worth it, because I'll go in and buy one thing with a 40% off coupon.
Yeah, that's what I'll do too. That's what I'll do.
I think their current coupon is sale and regular items, but I like that everywhere takes it.
Hobby Lobby will not take it competitors' coupons though.
Oh, really?
No, Hobby Lobby won't.
Huh.
And Joann's does.
Where does?
Joann's,
Oh, yeah.
they'll take
Joann's-
Michael's.
Take Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and if you've got an AC Moore in the area, they'll take an AC Moore coupon. But if I were to pick up an AC Moore coupon and go to the Joann's here, they wouldn't take it because there's no AC Moore in this area.
Yeah.
Oh.
Michael's will not take a coupon that says something percentage off of fabric either.
Because they don't sell.
You don't sell fabric.
And at Joann's, you cannot use a Michael's coupon on fabric because Michael's doesn't carry fabric.
Oh, that's what it is, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, Michael's.
Can't use the coupon on fabric because Michael's doesn't carry fabric.
Right, you can't use a Michaels coupon on fabric at Joann's because Michaels doesn't carry fabric, but that's okay. I've gotten some fabric at Michaels, but it was over in the yarn in that section, and it was just some random fat quarter bundles.
Yeah.
So they don't regularly carry bolts of fabric, but occasionally in an instance someplace over there, they'll have maybe a fat quarter bundle or something.
You're lucky. I have 2 Michaels within 5 miles of me, but Joann's is 20 miles and Hobby Lobby is 55.
Wow.
I have to really want to go.
Yeah.
Well, with me, I've got a Joann's and a Michaels that are basically just a short side trip on my way home from work. And then there's also a Joann's and a Michaels that are basically a short side trip on my way home from church. And there's the Hobby Lobby is basically in the same area, closer to the church, closer to where I go to church. But I only go out there on Sundays when they're closed,
Right.
or Wednesdays for midweek Bible study. And by the time I'm out of midweek Bible study, they're closed. But
The Hobby
sometimes
Lobby is close to my son's house, and we usually go visiting there on Sunday, so they're closed. So
Yeah.
it's a rare treat when I get to go to Hobby Lobby.
Well, I was going to ask for anybody who does shop at Hobby Lobby, are they good, or is there anything specific to look for at Hobby Lobby versus like AC Moore, Michaels, or Joann's? I've never been to one, but there is one about, I don't know, 15 minutes or an hour from here. So I told my husband that one day I do want to like just, take an afternoon or morning or something and like go up there. So
Go when they have 50% off all their paper crafting, or their, what's the brand they have that paper something? Check online, because sometimes they have a really good sale and it's like 50% off this whole brand, which is tons of stuff, lots of bling and paper.
Hobby Lobby
Paper Studio, I think.
Yeah, Paper Studio. Hobby Lobby in my area, the one near my house, is way bigger. It's bigger than the Joann's or the Michaels. And they have a really bigger, like home deck section where, you can get silk plants and flowers and frames and artwork for your house and home decorating tchotchkes and stuff. Lots and lots of that.
They have lots of signs that are really cool. And what I do is I take a picture of them for inspiration, but I never look at them again. But they have
Do
so
that
much.
in all craft shops.
They have so much in there that's so pretty, or such a nice saying or something.
Yeah.
So I like take a picture of it thinking, oh, I can make that. And, I want to remember that, but then I never go back and look at it. But once in a while I go through my pictures on my phone. I'm like, oh, I was going to make that.
I sometimes pick up neat things because I work in, our office is called Planning and Development. And one of the groups in our office is the Interior Design Group. So I pick up sometimes neat stuff from the interior designers that they're going to throw away. Like under my bed right now, I've got this big box of paint chip samples.
oh, nice.
Yeah. So I pick up lots of cool stuff from them.
Do any of you have the Periscope app? I know Kristen does. Leslie, do you?
I don't. I'm nervous about putting that on. It seems a little intrusive to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about that app.
What does it do?
It does live video where you can watch people do live video and then you can comment.
You're very brave, Melody.
Well, I've watched a lot of other people and I've learned some things. And like last night, I was laying in bed and getting ready to go to sleep. And then I got a notification that somebody I follow was doing a first video. I love to see people's first video. It tells you if it's their first one. And it was a craft room tour. And I'm like, oh, I'll have to watch this before I go to sleep. So I got to see their craft room. I love seeing other people's craft rooms.
I
And
might download it eventually, but I got to research it a little bit more. It seems they want access to everything.
Oh, I
that
don't even
makes
look
me
at that.
nervous.
90%
You
of apps
should.
on your phone want access to everything. You just don't realize it.
Yeah,
Facebook Messenger, which I do use, is very intrusive that way.
yeah.
Mhm.
They have access to everything on your phone, including whatever apps you have and credit card information you might store in notes or anything like that. So that makes me a little bit nervous. So I only use it on my iPad. I don't use it on my phone.
Yeah.
I basically, unless it's from somebody at church, like mother, like I teach the Wednesday evening Bible study for the basically the upper elementary kids. So the only time I ever really use it is if one of their moms pops in and says, "What are they supposed to be studying for tonight?" or something, you know. It's basically all I ever use it for on my phone. Now, I use Facebook, you know, I just use, because I'm lazy, I very rarely I very rarely log out of Facebook. So it looks like I'm always on.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
And so, you know, I pop up chat there all the time, even at work when I'm not supposed to.
Yeah, my family is so scattered across the U.S. It's the only way we stay in touch. Facebook
Yeah.
has been. We used to have our own little private like family forum, and my brother had the server, so he would host that on his own server. But Facebook is just a little bit more interactive, especially with the photo posting and stuff. We can just stay in touch so much easier that way.
I know some people that have a group just for their family.
Yeah, we have that too.
So you can post pictures and things going on and stay in touch that way.
Right.
Yeah. Well, my one cousin set up a group like that when we were planning my Aunt Bonnie's 80th birthday surprise party. And that was fun. We were able to, you know, keep up with what was happening for that.
It works. My son-in-law got us involved when he was stationed over in Iraq several years ago. And, you know, he was able to get into Facebook, and it was the primary way that we kept in touch with him when he was overseas. And then we just kind of grew it from there. And now we're all like Facebook idiots. We're on it all the time.
I sleep with my phone and my iPad next to me.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I have an alarm. I sleep with my phone on the nightstand, but I have an alarm clock app on my phone, and that's my alarm clock. It wakes me up.
When I was still working, I had my iPad on my desk at work, and it had this, I think it's iHome. I forget what the name of the app was, but you could put these backgrounds on there. And I used to have a little fireplace fire going on my iPad on my desk at work. Everybody loved it.
I have at work, I have a folder full of pictures of a bunch of the different craft projects that I've done, and I keep that, and I use that it's a constantly switching. It's not a screensaver. It's the wallpaper.
Oh, nice.
About every 30 seconds, it'll change pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to take my 3D projects and put them, I had a little shelf there. And I used to put them up on my little shelf. But I don't work anymore. I'm retired. Yay. No more commuting for me.
I want to be retired. I can't retire until, well, I could retire now and keep my benefits, but I can't collect my pension until the end of next year.
Oh,
You have to be 59 and a half to collect your pension.
yeah.
And then, of course, I can't collect Social Security until I'm 65, so.
Well, you can collect the Social Security. You just can't get Medicare. So if you need medical, you gotta stick it out.
Well, through the university, I can keep my health insurance. If I were to retire even now, I'd keep my health insurance. So
That's nice.
Now, I retired 3 days before my 65th birthday. I refused to work on my 65th birthday. I said, I'm out of here. I retired on a Friday the 13th. I thought that was very fitting.
Well, no,
I
I'm
did not miss Wall Street. Do not miss Wall Street at all. They can run things by themselves. Thank you very much. No
I
more.
like my job. I hate working.
I hated commuting. I don't mind. I loved my job and I loved the people I worked with. And the only thing I miss about my job is the actual people. But the commute was just miserable. It's like an hour and a half to 2 hours every day each way.
Wow.
Well, if traffic is
So
deep,
bad.
then it's maybe a 20-minute drive door to door from my house to my office.
Oh, nice. No, I had a
12
half-hour
miles
drive
door.
to a 30-minute train ride to a 1 mile walk. That was my commute back and forth every day.
Mine is a 12-mile drive door to door.
Nice. Nice. The good thing about my walk was I would commute into the World Trade Center and then walk down to the South Street Seaport. So I got to see tourists from every country that you can name and probably some you never heard of. And they're always taking pictures because I'm passing all, you know, the stock exchange and the Federal Reserve and Battery Park and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I figure I'm in people's photographs all around the world now.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're famous and you don't even know it.
Okay, do you guys want to pick a winner for the $25? It's not a gift card, it's a shopping spree is what it is, because when you guys click on my links for Amazon, I get a very tiny commission, but it adds up. So I have credit for Amazon.
Nice.
So what it'll be is $25. You can pick out anything for $25 and then give me a link to what you want and I'll ship it to your house.
Works for me.
So, and one time, the winner wanted something that cost $50 more than it was the $15 Patreon thing. So she gave me $50 in PayPal first, and then I sent it to her. So if there is something you want that's more, whatever, we can deal with that. Oh, and I didn't mention that the $15 Patreon prize, I did mention it was Sue Ann Matthews, but she can choose $400 Amazon prize, that's what it's up to, or the prize package in the video that I did. Because whatever she doesn't choose is going to be bigger next month. So if she chooses the prize package next month, the Amazon prize package will be $450.
Wow.
And if she chooses the Amazon, which I think she's crazy if she doesn't, then I'll add $50 more worth of stuff into the prize package.
But doesn't the price package include that one close to my heart artiste?
Yes.
And so, you know, that's what's tempting
Yeah,
to me.
it does have some of the close to my heart. It has the close to my heart bag also.
Yeah, that bag's cute.
Let me.
I like the cat.
That's Morris. Can't stand to see me on a computer without being on the keyboard. Hair's all over me.
Mine wants to be on my, like, on the corner of my computer and like on my desk, like the area where I need to work on my crafts all the time.
Of course, or they jumping up on the Explore, whatever.
Well,
I'm moving the video away because he's showing his butt.
in the living room and I'm trying to read on my tablet. One of my cats, Lucky, will get between me and the tablet. And it's really fun to have a face full of the cat's side right in your face.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot better than their butt, though.
Silly boy.
Let's watch this video. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to watch, because I watched it this morning because I forgot what the prize was, in double speed. Did you guys know you can watch the videos in double speed on YouTube? Okay, so, I got to share my screen.
Does it make your voice squeaky?
It's funny sometimes, but you don't have to do it in double speed. You could do it in 1.25 faster, 1.5 faster, I think 1.75 faster, and then 2. Okay. you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
are watching Melody
Oh
Lane.
yeah, I have it.
With
in-
me, you're gonna have a great crafting time.
Who's singing?
Time for the $15 pledge perk.
I got that from somebody on Fiverr. If you've ever gone to Fiverr.com, there's people that will do things for you.
Oh,
It
that's
cost me $5, and she made up the jingle and sang it and everything.
That's cool.
But if you click the settings right here, see, I have it in speed too. You can do normal. You can also do it slower. So sometimes I speed things up if you want to see it better, or if you just are following along or something, you can watch it in slower speed. But here it is in double speed. This was really fun to watch in double speed.
Patreon.com/MelodyLane gets to be in a drawing for a prize, and the winner gets to choose an Amazon shopping spree or the price package I'm about to give you. This is for this month, July 2015. You have to pledge $15 to me before the end of this month, and it will be charged on August 1st. Last month and the month before, they chose the price package instead of an Amazon shopping spree. So every month,
Can you guys understand it?
Shopping spree.
Yes.
If the price package is not chosen, then $50 worth of stuff gets added to that. So it keeps growing. Something grows every month. And
So if you do them
it's up to $400. Now, if you're seeing this
in
video
double speed, you can watch more videos.
And I'll update the title at the top. I'll change the title to the August instead of the July. So if you see this in August and the title says August, then the price
I just skip spots from time to time.
Yeah, I do that too.
First thing is flower stem kit from We Are Memory Keepers. There's stems, and you can make flowers like these. You can use this with the We Are Memory Keepers flower punch board, or with your Cricut, or just cut out flowers with scissors and paper. Yeah, it's possible. And here is a cordless glue gun. It's cordless, and it has an on and off switch. I have been looking for one with an on and off switch for some time. You don't really need.
I did a lot of editing in this video, so it goes pretty quick, I think.
And it has a stand.
Especially in double
Martha
speed.
Stewart foiling kit. Yes. Look at all that. Makes 14 cards. Cricut acetate with a $5 digital coupon. Yeah, you can use that coupon for $5 off any $9.99 digital image or more. Yeah, and this comes with 5 sheets of acetate. I've done a lot of videos on this. Great for making little windows and things and 3D objects, or I've made stencils out of them lately. Close to my heart bag. Look. You can only get these from close to my heart. This is printable iron-on transfer for light materials. So, like shoes and banners and anything white. And a Cricut cartridge. Straight from the nest. This one's really cute. Want another Cricut cartridge? Wall decor more. These will work in any Cricut machine. These are brand new, as you can see, they're sealed. Frame of Mind Cricut cartridge. And Disney Classics. This is not in the subscription if you have a subscription. That's 4 cartridges. 4! Here are some close to my heart stamps. Some silver pencils. A little cut chipboard that says Love Life. 9 Shanghai alcohol markers. There's a fine tip and a broad tip. They're alcohol markers. You can get them from Close to My Heart or Amazon. I've gotten some from. This one is BG61 Peacock Green. BR99 Bronze. 120 Black. G45 Vivid Green. P83 Lavender. B63 Blue. YR26 Pastel Peach. Great for skin tones. R5 Cherry Pink. R11 Carmine. Pink tools. These are great for the Cricut or Silhouette or clay or anything you can use these little tools for. Painting. Oh, and not only do you get 4 cartridges, you get the Close to My Heart Artiste cartridge bundle. You get chipboard pieces, 3 pages of them, that go with the cuts on the cartridge, and you get 3 stamp sets with it. That one. Cricut chalkboard vinyl. You can cut it in your Cricut and use a chalk marker or chalk on it. Here are some sticky tabs from Close to My Heart, little stickers. A small portable trimmer from American Crafts. It's just a small trimmer. It's nice and light and portable. And some Close to My Heart ink. Gypsy, my favorite color. New England Ivy, and Pacifica. Stickles, peacock, and gold. It's a little purple ink pad, a nice small one. Some washi tape in different colors. There's 10 of them. Happy birthday ribbon, and some ribbon and glitter ribbon. So remember, if you're interested in this, you have to pledge $15 to me at patreon.com/MelodyLane. This is just one of the perks. There's many perks you get. Hand pledge as little as $1 and I get on my file.
Now go back to. Okay. Who left?
I thought you said
I got kicked out.
Huh?
I got kicked out.
Oh, so you came back in. Is this all we? Are we missing someone?
Valerie's here, but she kind of, all we can see is her head.
All right. Let's go ahead and do the drawing for Amazon. I'm going to do random.org. So Jerry, you'll be number 1, Valerie be number 2, Leslie will be number 3, and Kristen, you'll be number 4. Because that's the order you are in on my screen right now. Okay. So 1 through 4. Generate. 4 is the winner.
Woo!
Oh, you guys can't see my screen, can you?
Not right now.
I forgot to share screen. Here, I'll show it to you. See? 4 is the winner. You
Yay!
see it?
Yay.
Okay.
How many Windows tabs do you have open, Melody?
I closed a lot of them before the video. Just ask George. He yells at me. He says I'm a tab hoarder. Right now, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Wow.
That'll make design space run very slow.
It still runs, but right now I also have the Zoom app running with this video, and it's recording, and then I also have QuickTime recording my screen also. So I have a lot running right now.
What do you do all day while the guys are at work?
I work at home in the craft room. That's usually when I make my videos, and I'm on Facebook trying to help people and answer questions, and people message me with questions, and I edit videos. I edit videos a lot when they're, whoops, I hit my mouse and everything went away. Come back. Okay. I edit videos a lot too in the evening. Like if we're sitting around watching TV, I do it there. I have a computer in front of the TV.
Did you buy your sticky powder yet?
Yes, I did.
Did you try it yet?
No, I haven't.
See, now I don't know how well you can see it, but here's one that I did to try to see if it worked. This was just, it's I love cameos. It was a cameo thing, and I stamped it just with person mark, and I used the sticky powder. And like I said, you got to be really careful heating it, because if you heat it too much, it goes too far and it doesn't stick. But once you get it to where it just barely shiny, then you can just rub the foil on it, and it'll stick. It'll stick to any adhesive surface.
Yeah, Simon says Stamps had a Ranger sale, and I actually did a Periscope showing everything I bought. I had a little haul video on Periscope so people could watch it live. And so I bought a bunch of the dilution sprays that I didn't have, and I bought the sticky embossing powder. So I haven't used it yet, but I will.
If you're looking for, if you're looking for some bargains on some stuff, especially if you like Spellbinders dies and whatnot, stampandscrappin.com, she's getting ready. They're moving, and she wants to clean out her warehouse so she doesn't have to move it. And so she's been having selling, putting discounts on everything.
Oh, cool.
And her customer service is pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
what website was that?
Stampingscrapping.com.
I don't think I've ever been there.
Yeah, I got into her a lot when I was into Spellbinders guys, because she had them. She had good prices on them, and she had everything. And I was able to go through her to get a lot of my Copic markers. She's got her Copic markers on sale for only like $5.25 each.
Oh, wow.
And I know, like in the store and stuff, they run around $7 each.
Yeah.
So she's got her Copics on sale for like $5.25 each. And she's got a couple of sets too that are on sale. So
cool.
Yeah. And she's actually been a die designer for Spellbinders. She's got some exclusive dies put out by Spellbinders. Her name is Cindy Ectonaw. And if you've ever seen it, Joanne's the Card Creator dies. She's the one that designed those, the ones that are perfectly sized for your card making layers. So she does that, and then she's also a dealer in the Fun Stampers Journey, so she's got a lot of their products too. So
One thing that I don't do when George and Ken are at work, I don't watch TV. I've never turned on or off the TV.
Well, midday TV it sucks.
Yeah.
Sad. Yes, if you've ever been sick in bed and you're kind of stuck, it's miserable. Thank God for Netflix.
Yeah.
For Law and Order marathons.
But I'd rather watch YouTube mostly anyway.
I'll queue up a lot of Missouri Star Quilt Company videos.
And I watch Big Brother. Do any of you watch Big Brother?
No.
Oh, I
No.
love Big Brother. I watch it on my iPad though.
I wish I could find some back seasons of before I started watching it of The Amazing Race.
Yeah, that would be nice. I love Amazing Race. I think I've watched Amazing Race since the first season.
Well, this last season we thought was kind of lame, that gimmick of dating.
Oh, the dating.
Yeah, and that was too gimmicky.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. And well, they've gotten that gimmicky and bad too on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, I stopped watching that.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'm a dancer, believe it or not.
it's getting too contrived.
I haven't watched that in a few years.
Yeah, that show, it scared me because I know what it takes to do that kind of dancing. And I really feel that they put those beginners at great risk. And the professionals take ridiculous chances with their own careers. It's amazing to me people haven't gotten more hurt on that
Yeah,
show.
that's true. That's true.
But it is
Well, if
entertaining.
you've looked at the number of seasons where some of the celebrities have had to pull out because they couldn't keep up physically. They were too old or they hurt themselves or whatever.
Well, they always have a young one. They always have an old one. They always have an athlete, former Olympian. Sometimes they have somebody handicapped. You know, they
And
try
the
to-
retired Disney star.
yes.
And the required Disney star and
That's
stuff.
true.
But I think they're scraping the bottom of the barrel for celebrities anyway.
Yeah, it's like American Idol. That's on its way out. And I think they're doing their last season.
I've never watched Survivor, Big Brother, or American Idol.
There you go.
And I
I
quit
love
watching.
all of those.
I quit watching. Well, I kind of watch Top Model because my sister watches it.
I've stopped watching American Idol though a few years ago.
I watched this last season and they had the concert only 2 miles from here. So we actually went to the concert and it was really sad because usually they have the top 10 in the concert and they only had the top 5.
Oh, really?
And they've scaled back. They just do now like these little theater venues. They can't fill the big spaces anymore.
Well, I think they are winding it down. I think
Yeah.
there's only going to be one more season if
One
it
more.
isn't already done.
Yeah, they were doing auditions at the theater that I saw the show in, but the show is really sad because I'm looking at these kids and they're all so excited to be there, but it's probably the only time they'll ever be on stage. Once
Yeah.
it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
I felt bad for them.
I'm waiting for Top Chef to come back. And Project Runway just started this week.
Yeah, we watched that.
I watched
That's the one with
Project
Heidi
Runway, and I look at some of the outfits, and I'm going to say, "Huh?
Yeah.
You expect somebody with real proportions to wear that?
No.
No.
I'm sorry, I can't wear that. I have boobs, and I don't have boobs, but I kind of have boobs, and I have a butt."
There was one dress on there that looked just like a toga.
That's the guy that got eliminated this week.
Did he? I wasn't paying attention. I was
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Facebook or something when it was on, and so I don't watch half the TV I
That pretty
watch.
kind of orangey pink outfit.
Yeah.
He got eliminated.
Yeah, it was just like he put a silk sheet on somebody and made a toga.
Well, and he kept saying that, and he didn't match the challenge. The challenge was do a look that shows us who you are as a designer. And he says, "Well, I thought I'd try something different."
Well,
You don't try something different if the challenge is to show us who you are as a designer. Plus, he says, "I'm still trying to figure that out."
hey, should I have a competition like that where you guys have to do a design and show me who you are as a designer?
Well, actually, no. Melody, Melody, I think we should do something like who does it best. Like you share what, like the flip card or whatever. And you say, okay, everybody do, and you'd have to do it blind though. Everybody do a version of it, and see which version's the best.
Oh, is that like those Pinterest ones I see where you have these beautiful Pinterest things and then what people actually create from that?
Yeah. It's like, where did it go?
Yeah.
I think it's still in this again. It's like Melody did the circle of words, and then I played with it and did my version.
Oh, let's see.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty.
Yeah, you just did, on the outside of the thing, and I want to, because I also saw my favorite things had a die that did this, and I thought, why buy a die to do that, and you'll only ever be able to do one set of words when you can do the same thing in design space and do it yourself.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's a shaker card.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I had to do my own version of it.
I haven't done a shaker card yet, which surprises me because I love them so much.
I finally ran out of one of my adhesives in my adhesive drawer, and that's my foam tape. My mounting foam tape, so I have to buy some more of that. But I do like to when like Melody or somebody posts a card, I like to see, sometimes if it really catches my eye, I think I like to see if I can do that too, and do my own version and use it for inspiration. I was sad.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was sad though in Craft Hoarders nobody took up the challenge to do the card swap.
Yeah.
To do the challenge swap. Nobody did anything, so I was kind of bummed with that. Nobody wanted to challenge. Nobody wanted to swap.
For what kind of card swap was it?
Well, in Craft Hoarders, I posted a challenge. I thought we could do it like regularly. Is choose a theme, and the theme would be whatever you choose the theme to be. You have to make a project that's mailable. This is the way I envisioned it: to mailable that met the theme. But you had to use stuff out of your stash. You can't buy anything new for it. So
well, I wouldn't have a problem.
I wouldn't have a problem.
And then you post a picture of it. then at the end of the challenge picture, you draw a name, and whoever wins, everybody except the winner sends their project to the winner.
Oh.
And then the way I thought was, and then the winner could send their project to me, and then after about 5 or 6 swaps, we draw a name from among all the people that participated that didn't win, and then they get all the stuff from the winners. But nobody joined. So.
That sounds interesting. I don't remember seeing anything. I might have missed it, or I don't know, but.
Yeah, it was in the Craft Hoarders group, so.
Yeah, I'm in that, but
yeah.
I started joining everything, I guess, like maybe March or towards the end of March or.
Well, I posted it in like June or July, and nobody joined. Well, but maybe you kind of say maybe when things settle down. Now it's summer, but then it's back to school, and then it's the holidays.
Yeah, I missed a lot. I was away most of July, so I missed a lot from that.
Yeah.
I was just looking at stats of my videos, and it shows a chart like for the whole year of when I had the most views and stuff. And for the last 2 years, I've had the most views. They go way up in January of 2014 and 15. So I'm thinking, oh, that's when people got Explorers for Christmas.
That's it.
Well, yeah, it's either when people got Explorers for Christmas or got snowed in.
Yeah.
Both.
Did you see that one news story about it's kind of covered in dirt, but there's this one big snow pile in Buffalo that still hadn't melted all the way?
Oh,
I believe it. I believe
Because it was
that.
insulating itself. It had gotten covered in dirt and it was insulating itself.
Wow.
And in
Yeah, I call
July,
that hardcore snow because the malls are always the last to melt. Those big
Yeah.
piles of snow from plowing the parking lots, and they're always filthy. I'm
Well,
not,
and Buffalo
I'm not a
got
fan
6
of winter,
feet
Melanie.
snow, I think, in one day.
Well, and in Ann Arbor, because of the way it's all built up, with campus and stuff, they'll haul a bunch of the snow that they plow off over into this field by the ice arena and stuff, and it's this huge pile. And I have seen it still there at Memorial Day. It's gotten smaller, but I've seen it still melting at Memorial Day.
I don't know what New York City does with their snow anymore. They used to dump it in the river, but then they weren't allowed to because I guess there's so much pollution that comes.
There's debris and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's polluting.
I'm not really sure where they ship it anymore, but it's magical in Manhattan because I'll be here in New Jersey and there'll be 3 feet of snow on the ground and I have all kinds of struggle to get into work. And then I come out of the World Trade Center, there's not a drop of snow to be seen anywhere. I have no idea how they do it. It's like they take a big flamethrower and melt everything. Crazy.
Well, I have been crafting while we're sitting here. Kind of, not really. But I had this glass of water, ice water, and it's sweating, and I kept placing it on, I had this sheet where I was just playing with the dilution sprays on, this is Cricut white paper. And look, see? All those rings.
Is that just from spray?
That's a great effect.
4 days ago, I was playing with it. And then so I set my drink on it, and look, I got new stuff.
Melody, here's something to try with your dilutions, or if you've got the Perfect Pearls mists, or the Tattered Angels mists, whatever they were called, etc. You got any of those pearlescent mists or whatever? You take your craft sheet,
Yeah.
okay, and you spritz it on the craft sheet, and it beads up, and maybe add a little bit of water, and then you smush your paper down onto
Yeah.
it.
I've seen some of that. I haven't tried it yet though. But we just ordered some of the craft sheet stuff. We're redoing our tables, so we'll each have 2 4x2 tables, like in an L shape, and one of the tables will be totally covered in the craft sheet. We're gonna wrap it.
That's cool. You can make your own with Perfect Pearls or Pearlex. You can make your own mist sprays.
I've seen a YouTube video on that. I think I've never tried it.
Basically, all you need is hairspray.
Oh, really?
Just mix the powders into a little thing of hairspray.
Oh, wow.
And
I have some hairspray I bought. It's really cheap to do the ornaments that I did. I just found an ornament. I did it in 2011 with the glitter ornaments, and I used hairspray in it and put the glitter in, and people are like,
I bought the real cheap rave hairspray. I bought the real cheap rave hairspray to do that too.
yeah.
But then you just get little mister. You buy a bottle of that, and you get the little mini misters.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You put a little bit of the Perfect Pearls powder or the Pearlex powder and the hairspray, and shake it up.
And that's it.
And that's it. And now that one doesn't work as well, I think, on the thing because of the sticky of the hairspray. You can also make it with water, rubbing alcohol, and gum arabic too, that way, and that'll work better on your mat. But you can make your own shimmer sprays with just Pearlex and hairspray.
Cool.
Well, you can make your own glue dots too, with Aleene's, the Aleene's tack it over and over, and just the leftover release paper from your Xyrons.
Yeah. I have some glue I've done that with.
You can make your own baker's twine too. Your own custom colored baker's twine.
How do you do that?
Well, I'll show you. You can do it with this, or you can use the whiter ones. You get some number 10 crochet cotton. You just wrap, and then color it with a marker.
Oh.
And then pull it off, and it'll be baker's twine. So you can get it really cheap.
Do you do videos or have a blog or anything?
I've got videos up there of some of the stuff I've done. I haven't done as much as I haven't done nearly what Melody's done, but I've shown some of those techniques. I've shown about custom coloring and stamping on vinyl, on the vinyl. You can do that. That's really easy to do.
She's filled with information. What's your YouTube channel?
It's I don't know the name of it. It's under my name, Jerry Dentel.
Gary, what? I'm sorry.
Jerry Dentel. It's like dental only with no A's. It's just E's.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll share one of my videos in a little. Yeah, you found me? I've got a few things out there. Not a lot. But I got a few things out there. Because I've been a member of this one group since it was inception. It was basically a stampers group that grew out of something this woman did on her website for years. It's called Technique Junkies. And she would share these stamping techniques and stuff. Well, she's quit publishing. She used to publish it as a newsletter every other month. So we got and I bought them all, and she eventually started putting them out on CDs and stuff. So I've got them all, and I've tried them all, and I do them all and stuff. Now, of course, her says nobody owns, and here's her copyright thing. Nobody owns techniques, but I do own my own words. So yeah, you can show other people how to do these techniques, but you cannot share my PDFs and my exact instructions. You have to rework them and stuff. So I show people how to do stuff with her techniques. That's where I learned how to do the lattice card. That's where I learned how to do that glitter puzzle. And
Yeah, I learned the lattice card from Jerry.
yeah. Let's put it. I did it, and then Melody took it and made it better.
Well, I did it in Design Space, so it would be easier for everyone to do.
I had made it as an SVG because I couldn't figure out how to do it quite in Design Space. But one of the things I do as part of my job is I manage the floor plans for the hospital buildings. So I use AutoCAD, which is a drafting program. So I know how to draw the lines and get them exactly the way and spaced perfectly. So I did it in AutoCAD and turned it into a DXF file. And then, which is one of the vector programs that Design Space will import.
Yeah.
And Melody took it and made it better. We work together like that. It's a good team thing.
Well, a lot of my projects and stuff have been inspired by my Patreon supporters, like the happy birthday card you were talking about with the ring around it.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon Gable showed me a picture on Facebook and says, can we do this in Design Space? And I'm like, sure. So then I figured out how to make it in Design Space. And well, same with this one too. With this one, the video I just did.
Well, and one of the CDs that Technique Junkies pulled out was called, were like fancy folds, motion craft and stuff. So, and she shows how to do it with just, craft knives and scoring tools and colors and stuff. And I think I can do that in Design Space. So I go back periodically and try to do one of those designs, like the trifold shutter card or set cards or stuff. Or some of the cute, and some of her boxes, like some of her like gift boxes and stuff. One that she shows for gift cards, it's really cool. And I'll do it in Design Space. I think I have done it in Design Space. It stands up square, but the sides are not attached. So when you take the lid off, it folds open.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You've got a stand-up thing in the middle with your gift card in it.
This explosion card.
Yeah, like an explosion card or whatever. I've done some of that. One thing that I did design all on my own one time, and I redid it in Design Space, is I wanted a gift card for Christmas for my nephews, but I wanted it to hold cash. And all you could ever find were for gift cards, were the credit card type gift cards, nothing that would hold like a cash card. So I took out my measuring tape and I took out my ruler, and I took out a dollar bill and I started measuring and figuring it out, and I got it figured out how to do it, all by just using like a cutter or whatever and a scoring tool. And then once I got the Cricut, I figured out how to do it with, welding shapes together. So I've got that. So if and it's mailable and everything. So I'll share that.
What I love about Design Space is everything that people have made over the years with just a scoring tool and their scissors or a cutting board, we can do in Design Space.
Well, that flip card that you just did, the ballerina, first time I ever saw one was Cindy Ekpenaut did it with Spellbinders dies and just actually cutting dies. And I thought, that's too hard. And so I thought, once we get into it, once especially we came out with the better welding and slicing, I thought, we'll be able to do that in Design Space.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, it's been over an hour. So I think I'm going to cut this one, but I want everyone to tell me, let me know when you guys want to do these Hangouts. I can do more than one a month, even though I didn't do one last month. But the time just goes by too fast. But
Well,
I'd like to schedule these.
I can really only do Saturdays because, I work Monday through Friday. And then when I get home in the evening, it's kind of family time.
Yeah. I was also thinking maybe do one on a weekend and then do another one like in the evening or something, later in the evening, like 8:30 or 9 too.
Because on Sundays, I get on Facebook in the morning when I'm getting ready for church while I'm waiting for my hair to dry and eating my breakfast. So I'll get on for a little bit before church, and I'll get on for a little bit after church when I'm having my lunch. And honey, I don't even hardly on the weekends, I don't even hardly play Farmtown. And then the rest of the day on Sunday is nap and family time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I do spend most of the day Saturday is crafting time. Every other Saturday is laundry day. I'm working on my quilt this weekend.
And I have a question too, and this is for not just everybody in here, but people that are watching later. Would you want to do like a craft day or something, like where we're in video like this and we're all crafting and working on something?
Yeah, that would be fun.
That would be cool, especially, if we could do those like once a month and have a different one, because this is what a lot of times we used to do with the ladies from church, is whoever was hosting it would have the craft that they were going to do and say, you guys get this, and this, and then whoever's hosting it would walk through how to do it.
Yeah.
Like a group tutorial. That would be fun too.
Okay. So
that would be fun. Or even just having everybody around to get the different advice,
That's true. That's true too. I'm trying to do this. How do I do it? Do you know how? Yeah, that's fun too.
Yeah, because I know I'm always asking things since I'm, I feel like I've learned a lot in the last few months, but since I am newer to it, I feel like I'm always asking a lot.
Well, you can always ask.
Yeah, and if Melody's busy, one or the other of us will help. Go ahead.
I do. I post on Facebook and stuff. I ask.
Well, and then you can, I don't know about anybody else, but you can go ahead and friend me and that. So if you wanted to do a chat. Let me see.
Okay, yeah, now I've jotted down your name, so.
Yeah, let me see if I'm rolling over it with my chair, but I was going to kind of hold up this quote and show you guys it's cool. It's chocolate.
Melody, I want to show you quick a die cut that I did with your paper for happy birthday. It was a happy birthday, and then it was another one that's happy birthday to you, and I did it with, I can't remember which one it was, but it was there was a lot of colors in it, and it wrapped around, but I hope it shows okay. it just looked so cool.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Hey.
That
And
is pretty.
it's for my 14-year-old's birthday. So I thought, like, it could
Oh,
just
I really like
any,
that.
like, it could be for really any age, you know, like you can really make it work for anything. But I just thought that was so, like, I just thought it just worked so awesome, like for the happy birthday and then the happy birthday to you. I just thought it looked, and it just matched the whole, like, you probably can't, I don't know if you can see the
Yeah.
very well, but it's kind of like aqua teal and then like a coral and a black. These are all Cricut papers. And then I did like a sparkly paper, you know, like just layer over top. But, you know, I'm trying to do like an explosion.
What font is that?
This is, it's a die cut. I don't remember who
Oh, okay.
it's from, but it's a die cut from somebody.
Okay.
Here's the quilt that I'm working on.
Oh, nice.
These chocolates. All
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Cool.
That's a lot of work.
Actually, it was done with a lot of pre-cuts, so it went really fast. Now I'm machine quilting it.
Are you cutting the fabric on the Explore, Jerry?
These were all pre-cuts, so no. I would love to. I really would love to be able to do it. I saw a video that said, you know, especially if you don't want to put the iron-on stuff on the back of it, you want to do it so that there's no iron-on stuff when you're done, is to sandwich it between layers of freezer paper and then cut it with the
Oh, yeah. I've heard that too.
and the video demonstration I saw that on YouTube said it worked really well. So, so I want to try that. But I've been watching a lot of videos from the Missouri Star Quilt Company, and they do a lot of things with their pre-cuts of their 2.5-inch strips and the 5-inch squares and the 10-inch squares and stuff that doesn't require a lot of fancy, you know, circles or ovals or stuff. And so it's a lot easier. So, you know, you don't need to do a lot of extra fussy cutting or whatever. So I've been doing mostly with that lately.
Cool. I was doing sewing and quilting before I got into my Cricut. And that's how I got into my Cricut, is I wanted to cut things to go on quilts.
I spent most of my life sewing, tailoring, making jeans, jackets, suits, things like that.
Wow. I wasn't that good.
I got bored of it. And it was 2010, and I said, I really need a new hobby. I don't know what to do with myself. What do I want to be when I grow up, you know? And I kept watching HSN, and they kept showing the Imagine at that time was the big machine. And who was the girl? She has her own crafting thing now that she does, the blonde.
Ginger?
Yeah, Ginger. I couldn't think of the name. Yeah, she was the one who was there with Christy Day doing all the demos, and I decided to treat myself to an Imagine. That didn't turn out so good. That's what got me started with paper crafting. And very slowly but surely over the last 5 years, I don't think I have anything that's sewing related in my craft room anymore. I don't call it a sewing room anymore. It kind of got, you know, put out.
Yeah.
Mine is a bedroom with a crafting corner.
I have a little spot in my family room. My two granddaughters that live close to me, they love coming here for that, because I only have 2 rules in my craft room. The first rule is nothing's off limits. Take anything, try everything, and don't be neat. You're not allowed to be neat. You cannot be creative and be neat. That's what I tell them. I said, that's why God invented the broom and the vacuum.
Well, there was one rule I had when my son's girlfriend wanted to learn how to quilt. And it's like, and she's never sewn before. I said, you're not touching my $900 Viking sewing machine.
No.
I just started teaching my older granddaughter to sew, and it was really cute. She actually just started. It was October, so it's been a year already. The first thing that she made was a pillow for her sister's birthday. My machine has some rudimentary embroidery on it, some letters you could do, and she put happy birthday and her sister's name on it. It was really cute. I thought she did a great job. She's my budding artist.
Yeah.
Her sister's the engineer. She'll invent
Well,
this.
I want my son to get off his stuff, get out of my basement, and give me grandbabies.
There you go. Grandbabies are the best.
Yeah, because when they get cranky, they go home.
Well, that's the thing. You can sugar them up. You know, they come and they stay up late. They go to bed at midnight, and then I send them home. And repercussions are mom's payback for all the bad things my kid ever did to me when he was growing up.
Okay.
That's funny. All right. Well, I'm going to end this now. And thank you all for coming today. And I'll have another one. I'm going to try to do another one in the evening sometime. So give me comments in the video and let me know what people like and don't like.
Perfect. Thank you, Melody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.